Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Anchor MMA, and I know it's been a while, but I'm back to finally give you my 323 reactions. All around pretty good card. There was a lot of finishes on the prelims and a lot of entertaining fights. Definitely a fun watch, but we'll start it off with some fight announcements we got. First off, man, this is a banger. This is a banger. Charles fans, we're back, man. We're back. We're back. Ilya, Ilya, we're coming for you. We're coming for you, buddy. Don't you hide. We're coming for you. No, but in all seriousness, this is a really good fight. I love Max Holloway as well. These are two of my, they're in my top 5 favorite fighters. So this is going to be a hard one to root for, but I think my early prediction is I think Max will win by decision. But this is a banger fight, and I can't wait to see it. And the other one they announced was Sean Strickland versus Fluffy Hernandez. They announced this in Texas. Really good fight. I'm really excited for it. This will be a real test for Fluffy before he gets thrown in there against Hamzat, assuming so. Even though I guess Hamzat did say that he only wants one fight before he moves up. So maybe Hernandez will fight for the vacant belt or whatever the UFC decides to do. But I think Fluffy will get past this, but I think Sean Strickland will be a really good test to see if he's championship caliber. And next, this one doesn't really make sense to me, but it's Rafael Fiziev versus Mauricio Rufy. I just hate how they glaze the fighting nerds, even though Rufy literally just lost to who did he even lose to? Was it BSD? Yeah, it was BSD. He got dominated by BSD. It wasn't even really close. And they're giving him Rafael Fiziev, who gave Justin Gaethje a little bit of a challenge. This just doesn't really make a bunch of sense to me, but it should be a decent fight. But definitely I have Fiziev winning. Maybe even by finish. But onto the card, 323. We'll start it with the first fight of the main card. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. A draw, really, Jan Blachowicz always does it. How do you get 10-8'd like that and then come back and win the other 2 rounds? It's whatever. It was a fun fight. They both knocked each other down. For a light heavyweight fight, it was pretty good. I'll give it that, but ended in a draw. That kind of sucks. But up next, this fight was generational. Peyton Talbot destroyed Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo was 1 for 7 on his takedowns, and Peyton Talbot was 3 for 5. Peyton Talbot takes back shots from Frank Ocean and out-wrestled a Olympic gold medalist. Are you kidding me? And he blooded him up so bad. And that knee at the end of the 3rd round, I cannot believe Henry Cejudo ate that and did not get finished. But overall, really, really, really good performance from Peyton Talbot. Really promising. And yeah, I think he's definitely going to be a really good up-and-comer. And after losing a couple fights ago, and they already threw him in here, I was a little skeptical, but he proved me wrong, that is for sure. Peyton Talbot just destroyed Henry Cejudo in Henry Cejudo's retirement fight. Up next, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. This wasn't even close. Tatsuro Taira looked good. He really did. Landed a lot of big shots. Was not an early stoppage. I don't care what you say. Brandon Moreno was not going to win, even if he didn't stop that fight. But Tatsuro Taira we'll talk about him later in the video, but he looked very, very, very good. Up next, this sucked, but Joshua Van is a champion, dude. I love Joshua Van. You're going to come to realize I love Joshua Van so much. He's so fun to watch. But this sucks to see. You know, I hope Pantoja gets better soon because they're going to run this back immediately as soon as Pantoja's healthy. But Tetsu Rutairo's got to be next for Joshua Van. And that'll be his first real test, obviously. And to prove that he would have stood his ground against Alexandre Pantoja either way. But yeah, 26 seconds in, we didn't even get to see anything with the fight, man. This sucks to see. The main event, Petr Yan, cardio mogs, decision mogs, master classes, Merab Dvalishvili. You know, Merab fought good. You can't really hate on him too much, but Petr Yan just fought the perfect fight. There's nothing else he could have done better, honestly. That was all he really could have done. Merab has a really good chin, and he nearly finished him at moments. Petr Yan, I don't know. I was not expecting this at all, but I'm glad it happened. If he can fight like that every fight, he's going to destroy everybody in his way. Just high volume. He out-wrestled Merab. He went 2 for 29 on takedowns. 6%. Are you... This is Merab Dvalishvili we're talking about. He just landed the most takedowns in a title fight. His last fight. Like a couple months ago. And then he goes 2 for 29 on his takedowns. While Petr Yan goes 5 for 9. That was just an unbelievable display by Petr Yan. But my biggest problem with this goddamn card, the bitch-ass announcers did such a shit job. Get DC and Joe off the commentary. This was embarrassing and abysmal. They were saying, oh, Merab's up 2-0. Merab was down 2-0 pretty comfortably. Merab didn't win 2 rounds the entire 5 rounds, let alone the first 2. Maybe you can give him the first round. Petr Yan 50-45 Merab. And the commentators didn't acknowledge how good Petr Yan was doing and how he was winning until the 5th round. Just unbelievable. And DC, oh, I got a text. Silence. It just infuriates me. Paul Felder does way better than these guys. Paul Felder. It just... I hope you guys realize this too. And with the Moreno fight, they were absolutely livid. They were pissed that Moreno lost. Why do they show blatant bias in their commentary? Why? It's so annoying, and they need to fix it now, or get these guys out of the booth. DC and Joe did terrible. John Anik can stay. I don't mind John Anik, but DC and Joe were abysmal. And it needs to change. It really does. But overall, really, really good fight card. And, you know, after the Pantoja fight, I was like, damn, like this is going to be another flop fight. Like, the cards recently have been bad. Like, I was thinking 318, shit card. At least it was a good main event with the BMF title and Dustin's retirement. 319, absolute flop of a main event. 320, banger. 320 is the total outlier. 321, eye poke, and not a great card either. Totally ruined that one. 322, very good card. The last 2 fights, the most hyped up fights of the night, terrible. And then 323, I was thinking, oh my god, Merab is just going to have an okay performance. You know, just take him down a bunch. Just do Merab things. And Pantoja snapped his arm, and this is just going to be a terrible card. But Petr Yan saved the night. He saved me. Petr Yan dunking Merab Dvalishvili on his dumbass head will get me through 6 weeks of no UFC. That saved me. It really did. But if you guys like the video, you guys can check out more on my channel. I post stuff just like this. I'll start locking in, posting more consistently. But thank you for watching the video, and goodbye.